It was a wonderful effort by our lads, there's no doubt about it. I'm not sure if South Hobart's mind was on this week. Their mind may have been on next week, but there's no doubt that's not saying anything against our lads. Our lads played very well and deserved the win, and I think we found a new striker for next year in Hobart who picked a hat-trick today.
What did you think, Ken?
Well, I thought credit to Olympia. They've come out and played with great desperation, great courage. They've battered us right round the ground, and they won all the individual battles, and they thoroughly deserved their day, and congratulations to them.
Does this mean that you need to sort of reconsider strategy and selection for next week's important game?
I don't think so. I think the football we played today at times was excellent. We scored one good goal, and we had situations where we should have scored a few more. If we'd got a draw out of today's game, it wouldn't have been so bad on paper, but we didn't. But we won't change the way we play.
Are you concerned about the simple chances you missed?
Well, that's us. When we come to finals time, at this time of the year, we tend to win games 1-0. We create a lot of chances and we don't put them away. That's happened for 2 or 3 years. But I think this year we've been better throughout the year at putting the chances away, and I'm sure come next week we'll be back to our best in front of goal.
Will this affect the players psychologically?
I don't think so. I think what's affecting us more than anything is not able to get out and train. You can do all your spin cycles and your circuits inside, and it won't improve the team play. We had some good, good cooperation between the players. They moved it around quite well. We had some passes across the face of the goal. We thought Vossi might have been struggling along the 6-yard box, and we got balls in that area, but we didn't get any strikers in, and that's where you've got to get them. But I think credit goes to Olympia today. They wanted the game more than us, and they got it.
Ken, do you have any comment on the extraordinary gap between the end of the previous game and the start of that? 3/4 of an hour?
Yeah, I think that affected our start. I mean, the lads were in difficulty at the other end with the fog and whatever, and it's a game of football. I think it might have been a bit different if we'd been playing for points at the top of the league. I would have probably wanted the game to kick off on time, but as it mattered, it was a dead rubber, and we're happy to play the game for them.
Are you aware of the reasons behind that delay?
Yeah, we knew they were stuck in fog in Melbourne.
Was that the reason, or was it because of the junior games which held up?
Well, the junior games did hold up at the start, but the 19s kicked off only 15 minutes late. The 3:15 kick-off was to allow the Jake and Josh to get here from the airport. They'd been stuck in fog in Melbourne.
Would they have reciprocated if the shoe had been on the other foot?
I would like to think so. I'd like to think so, but I doubt it.
I think it was a good game to watch, especially for Olympia. I know much about South Hobart. I think it was a bit of a probably South Hobart didn't have much to play for it, but I think I would have used this game for a preparation for the finals, definitely. But Ken is going to expect that something the way we play today with the other teams, because the way to beat them, that was probably one of the way to do it. What I was trying to do is try to isolate one or two at the back where they normally make sure that the two full-backs we don't overlapping as much, and make sure that as soon the ball we were winning the ball to hit the space in there, and it happened. We could have scored another 3 or 4 probably. I was happy with the win, put it that way. Finish on a high note, it's good.
Why did you take Grillis if everything was working like clockwork?
No, Costa was, hasn't been training, and it was lack of fitness as well. So I wanted to, obviously I was winning 3-0, and put an extra battle in there, and try to get away with a win.
Have you uncovered a promising new star in Omar?
He's got a brilliant goal against Clarence. It's certainly, I've been pushing Dallas, the reserve coach. He was sort of like keep on telling me, let's do it. Look, overall, yeah, he's a good young player, but we've got another few more of those players in the club. So hopefully we'll push him up.
So is this the end of the season for Olympia, Franco, or
Yeah.
have you got other plans?
No, the other plans is just a month off, but in this month obviously I will regroup and say for the future about Olympia. But certainly we won't like to be getting the top 4 next year.
Was it the last game for the two Melbourne boys?
We don't know yet, but certainly we got a link with South Melbourne. Probably we're going to get another 3. Who knows? But
What, to make 5 or
No.
just another 3?
no, I'll just make it 3. Just make it 3.
Good evening, Ken.
Evening, Jed.
A little bit wet tonight for training.
A little bit wet, but we'll get an hour in, and that should be good for us, just to top up after a really strong session on Tuesday night.
Everybody recovered from the flu now?
Yeah, I think most of the guys now are at least 90-95% the ones that had the flu, and some of them have even pulled up really well.
Have you had any reports on how Ulverstone have been going?
Yeah, so I mean, Braden gives us little reports on the progress they're making. So they've finished 4th in the league, and they've done okay. They've done well.
A little bit of footage on Walder's blog, the last game they had against Rangers.
Yeah, there was a bit of footage there, and obviously you can pick a few things up from that as well. So yeah, we're well aware of the strengths and weaknesses of Ulverstone, that's for sure.
Have you decided on your team yet?
Yeah, we'll be pretty much at full strength. There will not be any messing around with the team. The top 11, 12 players, the team will be picked from that on Saturday.
And what about the other games this weekend?
Well, there's some interesting games. I think Zebras Devonport before us will be a good game. I mean, they're two good sides with good players, and I'm sure Tommy will want to finish off the year on a high note against Zebras. They'll want to do well down here and try and keep themselves in the competition. So I'm sure Tommy McGinn will have Devonport fired up. The games up north are very good games. Prospect Knights and White Eagles. White Eagles have a chance there. Although Prospect Knights' ground's a little bit tight, so it might suit them better. I mean, Cross has been playing well, and you can expect goals from him. So that'll be an interesting one. And I'm sure the Rangers Clarence game probably will be the clash of the round. I mean, two good sides. Rangers are a talented side. We all know what Clarence can do. They offer a lot of creativity and a lot of pace in the game, so that'll be a cracking game, I would think.
Are you tipping anyone to win games?
No, I'm not, because I think they can go either way. It wouldn't surprise me if it's 2 or 3 northern teams or 2 or 3 southern teams through. I think it's a little bit like that. It's evenly poised.
And how's KGB looking this week?
I believe it's in good condition. They've done a bit of work on it this week, and I believe it'll have a good playing surface on Saturday.